I hear cars coming,
Hello and welcome to This Day in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application, Today in History. What happened today in history? Historical calendar. Alice, you're muted.
And things to come.
No, the web. What's the website?
OMNI.com.
Yeah, sorry. There we go. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting that we may or may not gather throughout the show and beyond, check the underbar in the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
I am Who Is Ass?
You're Who Is Ass?
Who is Alice?
Oh.
Who's Alice?
Yeah.
All right. Meat Cleaver.
Yep. Good old Leave It to Beaver Meat Cleaver.
Hi.
Today is Sun's Day, also known as Sunday, July 31st, 2022. Starting us off today, why don't you start us off, Alice?
So today we're going to start off with 30 BC. It is the Battle of Alexandria. Mark Antony achieves minor victory over Octavian, but most of his army subsequently deserts, leading to Octavian's invasion of Egypt.
Ooh.
That's
an uh-oh.
Mark Antony was a Roman politician in general, and Augustus Caesar was the emperor at the time.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
You got the assassination attempt too. 3 for 3, remember.
Oh. Okay, yeah, and then we're going to move up to 1415 AD. It's an assassination attempt. We have in Southampton a plot to assassinate the English king Henry V, and put Edmund Mortimer on the throne is uncovered. So, a coup.
Yeah.
A coup d'etat of sorts.
Who's Edward Mortimer, or whatever it is?
Edmund Mortimer was the guy who was trying to get the throne.
I got that.
Yeah.
Well, let me look it up.
Like Southampton?
Edmund Mortimer. Who was he? The 5th Earl of March, 7th Earl of Ulster, was an English nobleman and a potential claimant to the throne of England. A great-great-grandson of King Edward III of England, he was there presumptive to... he was heir presumptive to King Richard II of England when he was deposed in favor of Henry IV. So
it sounds like he got screwed in the power grab.
Yeah.
So he had a claim. So.
Yeah, he got screwed and there was a power grab.
Yep.
I see that. And let's see here. Actually, this one's not highlighted. I'll give you the whole historic discovery here, but this one I think kind of is cool. In 1423, the 100 Years' War Battle of Crevant, the French army is defeated by the English on the banks of the River Yonne in Burgundy.
Ah.
Can you imagine a 100-year war? You know, the planet wouldn't be left today.
This is the 100 Years' War.
Yeah.
That's just insane. But I mean, then again, you look at the Middle East; they've been at war for a millennia.
True. Yeah,
Two
in a way.
millennia.
So,
True.
2 millennia essentially. Yeah.
If not longer, because I mean that stuff didn't just start, you know. So.
No.
So I guess they've been at war since the start of the Middle East. So.
Dude, you know, mankind's always been at war, whether with ourselves or with another country.
Yeah.
Well, I remember reading something not too long ago about the entire history of this nation. We've only been at peace for 12 years, in total. Not in one jump, but in total we've only had peacetime for 12 years out of our entire 250-year history. That's not good.
Doubt it.
What did we do wrong in the 12 years? What happened?
In 1498, Christopher Columbus discovered the island of Trinidad on his 3rd voyage.
Trinidad. Good old Trinidad. That's that's just north of Venezuela, isn't it?
Let me check. Trinidad.
Yeah, I believe it's north of north of South America, I thought.
Trinidad is north of South America. They are north of Venezuela. You are correct. Directly north.
Let's put it up closer to Cuba up in there, but it's down at the island chain right at the end, south of it.
Yeah.
It's down as far south as
the one thing I'm fairly decent at, it's actually geography.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can never get lost. It's the weird thing.
Yep. Oh man, so we can't get rid of you?
I'm lucky if I get around the block.
Sorry. How I weaseled my way back into your life.
You did. You did. You really
I
did.
didn't even have to do anything either. You came to me.
Well, I sent somebody for you, but
No, you sent someone
regardless.
for me.
Like you said, a car. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, he Ubered me over.
Yeah. 1703, Daniel Defoe was placed in a pillory for the crime of seditious libel after publishing a politically satirical pamphlet, but was pelted with flowers.
What's
Okay.
a pillory?
Pillar. I think it's like one of those things, you know, that you're like
That's something. That's called something else. We have your hands and your head through the thing and whatever. That's called something else. I can't remember what it is.
I think that's a little different.
pillory. Let's see here.
But we're gonna throw flowers at you instead.
Yeah.
No, a pillory is a wooden framework with holes for the head and hands in which an offender was imprisoned and exposed to public abuse. Yeah, no, I was right.
Okay, so that
So
is
that's
you
what
are
it
right.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Except
Oh,
the-
okay, so you were right.
Yeah, no,
the
like,
blade doesn't come down on your
something
head.
else.
You're not beheaded. That's
well,
the-
no, that's a guillotine.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
I'm talking about
guillotine,
like
yeah.
the thing that you're blocked there, and then people usually throw tomatoes at you or something.
Public
So-
humiliation.
But he was pelted with flowers instead.
What's
All
the
right.
most nicest thing?
I know, right?
Ah, we got you.
Flower
a flower.
power.
Yeah. And then in 1777, Marquis de Lafayette, at the age of 19, was made Major General of the Continental Army.
19?
At 19.
Jeez.
Wow.
Jesus. Keeping right.
But,
Oh,
like,
actually, though, you did miss one in 1751, though, buddy.
Oh,
This one's actually... There was a fire... In 1751, there was a fire in Stockholm, Sweden, that destroyed over 1,000 homes.
wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I just, like, noticed it, like, right after you started, like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's your turn.
Yeah.
You have two more.
Oh, yes, I do. Okay, well, I'll do this historic publication in 1786. Poems, chiefly in the Scottish dialect by Robert Burns, is published by John Wilson in Kilmarnock, Scotland.
Ah,
And so he's a poet and a lyricist.
yeah. I want to go back for a really quick second about this Marquis de Lafayette. You know, at the age of 19, becoming a major general. You know, like when well, you don't even have to think about it. Like, you know, you look at like Alexander Hamilton, you know, and not Benjamin Franklin, not George Washington, but like, you know, some of the other, like, you know, John Hancock, I believe, and such. Like, the majority of the founding fathers were actually in their early to mid 20s. You know,
Yeah, I know.
They were 10 plus years younger than we are,
Yeah.
and they were starting a whole nation.
Well,
You
think
know?
about this. King Tut, he was the ruler of Egypt, or he was the pharaoh.
Yeah, he was like
He died-
9 or something.
He died at the age of 18.
Yeah. Well,
But
I mean,
actually, now they're saying there's a
royalty-
speculation that he was murdered.
well,
Yeah,
royalty
that-
and stuff is a different thing. Like, you know, these guys just, you know, like, they weren't, like, you know, small people, but, you know, they were upstarts.
Hey, at
You know?
19, though, I was very sophisticated. I just wanted to know if the surf was up. You know.
Yeah. Remember, you know,
Oh, my God.
hippie. So, well, was a hippie. Former hippie.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have a historic event as well here. I'm going to move up. I was looking at a couple things. There was a patent in 1790 that kind of is worthy of note, but I don't know exactly what a potash is. But I was actually going to go for the 1853 historic invention. First nighttime surgery performed at Lichkiv Hospital in Lemberg, now Lviv, in Poland, using a paraffin oil lamp invented by Ignacy Lukasiewicz.
Ah. So the first,
I think it says I totally botched the name.
no, that's all right. No, it's the first nighttime surgery using powered lights or oil
Well, no,
lamps.
they said
Not
oil
powered
lamps.
lights, oil lamps, but still.
Yeah, oil lamp.
And by the way, I checked out potash process. Today, potash comes from either underground or solution mining. Underground potash deposits come from evaporated seabeds. Boring machines dig out the ore, which is transported to the surface of the processing mill, where the raw ore is crushed and refined to extract the potassium salts.
Oh, wow.
damn.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually pretty fucking significant, because potassium's important.
Yes.
Too much potassium will get you.
See, and this is why you don't, you know, because you don't understand it, like, that should be even more of a reason to read it, so that way I can look up and add meat to these potatoes, you know?
Potato.
Yes. But, 1790, the first U.S. patent was granted to Samuel Hopkins for a potash process. So I think that's the first ever U.S. patent, period. But I've read other articles where it was the first patent, so maybe this is the first patent of this type or something. I don't know. But that's interesting.
Would your dad do 1856 for me, for a shout out to my stepmom, because you know where she's from?
Okay.
I can't read it from here, so I got to pass.
Yeah,
well,
he has the old people eyes, you know.
I'm too far away from the screen. It's all blurred.
Alright, I still love you.
Thank you.
Well, I'll read it. 1856, Christchurch, New Zealand was chartered as a city. That's pretty cool. Christchurch is something I reported on quite some time. Wasn't there like a huge earthquake or something, or like they destroyed the church?
Earthquake. Actually, there was one really crazy thing about that, because that's also where they had the big the mosque shooting too in Christchurch.
Oh,
that's
yeah. Yeah.
But actually, with that earthquake you were talking about that was huge, what it did is actually it raised the sea level at the beach up like 12 feet.
Wow.
Part of the area.
Wow.
It's like a very rare occurrence, but yeah, like part of the seabed was raised.
That's
12 feet is huge. I mean, that's just as big. 12 feet.
That's intense. Well, remember that earthquake that shifted Japan by like a meter or something, or whatever it was?
Yeah. It actually was it an earthquake or a volcanic explosion? It actually like shortened our day by like a quarter of a millisecond.
I think it was. You know what? No, wasn't that Krakatoa? Or no?
No. This actually happened recently. This happened in the last decade.
I remember hearing something about that. I don't know,
Yeah, the seabed raising, that's a rare occurrence that happens with earthquakes, that sometimes it will raise the seabed up instead of collapse it down.
Yeah.
So...
Well, I mean, one's going under, one's going over, you know, so who's going to win?
Exactly.
Anyway, 1864, Ulysses S. Grant was named General of Volunteers. So I guess if you volunteered, you know, he was your guy, you know. And then moving on up into 1914, German Emperor Wilhelm II threatened war, ordered Russia to demobilize. So,
did you move up to?
1914?
Because actually, you should have looked inside what was happened in 1876, because this is actually really cool.
Oh, we'll take it.
Alright, in 1876, the U.S. Coast Guard Officers Training School was established in New Bedford, Massachusetts. So basically, it was like for the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
it was that early.
The Coast Guard.
1876, that's really early.
Well, actually, it was the, I think, aside from, like, the actual, like, Army and Navy, I think the Coast Guard, like, was, like, the third military branch created because we need to guard our coasts, you know, from foreign invasions and everything.
Will you look up what year the Coast Guard was established?
U.S. Coast Guard established August 4th, 1790.
Jeez.
Wow, that's a lot older than I thought.
That is.
Holy
That's
shit.
surprising.
Well, I mean, like, you know,
too.
you can't solely rely on, like, fortresses and stuff, you know, military installations. You gotta have boats out there patrolling the waters, you know?
Well, yeah. I think maritime law is, like, one of the oldest laws in history.
Oh, definitely.
Too, like.
Definitely.
But anyway, like, when you were talking about 1914, I'm sorry to, like, backtrack there, but with
it's okay.
German Emperor, is this, like, the jumpstart part of the whole thing into World War One?
Yes, this was part of it because, like, you know, Franz Ferdinand, the assassination of him, that is, was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's the match, yeah.
But like, there was so much tense buildup everywhere, you know, because, like, remember yesterday, like, was it yesterday, or, because I think you were on the show, then I guess
I was on the show about a week or two ago, maybe.
But you remember when you said that's not nice about the Russians or something? Yeah, but, like, it wasn't because he was a warlord, it's because of this very action. This is what he did, and then, like, because didn't we read that for, like, 1916 or something? Yeah,
well, no, it like, I think the whole, like, part of World War One, like, the escalation started, in my honest opinion, I think it started around, like, 1912 or so.
Oh,
like,
well before that. It started in, like, the late 1800s.
You're probably right about that, but, like, it was just a series of events. It was just kind of like the domino effect. It just kind of built. And
isn't that always the case?
There had to be a bunch before the actual lighting of the match.
Yeah.
But, there's a bunch of events before that.
I know it's not highlighted, but look right under this one. The German Emperor in 1914 kind of looks interesting, but I mean.
No, the mustache.
No, well, actually, what was the next one? Historic event. Oh, actually.
Whose turn was it? Mine, right? I have like one more.
It's still yours, yeah.
Okay. 1929. Aristide Briand became Premier of France for the 6th time. Huh. That's cool.
It's basically like their prime minister, right?
Premier of France. What is the of France? Well, it just says Prime Minister of France now, so maybe the Premier became Prime Minister. I mean, you know how political positions change and shift and everything throughout history?
No, Premier, the people just didn't want to say Premier. There's like too many syllables. Let's just call it Prime.
Yeah. Well, Prime Minister. Now we have 2 words, No. Anyway, why don't you take 1930 here?
And this is a sports history one. We got 1930, the New York Yankees first baseman Lou Gehrig drives in 8 runs with a grand slam and 2 doubles in a 14-13 win over the rival Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
And actually, they named a disease after him.
Yeah.
Because discovery. Because Lou Gehrig's. But was it your body slowly you can't have control over it, and you eventually like suffocate to death?
Well, let me check. Lou Gehrig disease.
But now they changed it to something else. ASL. ALS.
ALS.
It's a muscle thing.
Nerve cells break down, which reduces functionality in the muscles they supply. The cause is unknown. The main symptom is muscle weakness. Medication and the therapy can slow ALS and reduce discomfort, but there is still no cure.
Yep.
Though it's very rare, fewer than 20,000 cases per year in the U.S. alone. So.
I wonder what it is worldwide. So if it's only 20,000 here, I mean, we're not a very highly populated. We don't even have 1 billion citizens here.
Yet.
So, I mean, I would probably imagine it's probably only like, I'd only imagine that only millions of people across the world get it.
Yeah. Anyway, what happened in 1938?
1938, well, let's see here. Oh, hang on a second. 1938, we got radio history here. Major League Baseball Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis suspends New York Yankees outfielder Jake Powell after he said on Chicago radio he kept in shape by cracking quote unquote African Americans over the head with his nightstick.
Oh, that's awful.
Dude, that's fucking brutal.
What?
Yeah, he rightfully so he should have been suspended for that.
He should have been fired. Suspension is not bad enough. Who talks about doing that? That's awful.
But I mean, this is 1938, and this was before. I mean, there was like slavery obviously was abolished, but there's still like segregation, all that shit. That's just fucking sickening, man.
I have a man sitting right next to me who lived during segregation. Now, it wasn't as prevalent out here in California, but he was alive during a time where there were blacks only, or colors only, movie theaters, restaurants, drinking fountains,
My parents.
That was in the South, not so much on the West Coast.
Yeah, and he's watching it come back. It's insane.
What year was your father born in again?
46.
Your dad's only 2 years older than my parents.
Yeah.
Because my parents were born in 48.
Okay, yeah.
And so, they grew up with it, too. And for us, we're in the Midwest. Yeah. And it was a little different back then. I guess the Midwest was a little more accepting, but they still had segregation, I would imagine. But I haven't really looked into the segregation that happened in Minnesota because that's where I'm from. But
well, there wasn't segregation on the West Coast, but it was attitude.
Yeah.
The attitude was definitely there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm from Canada, and I didn't get it because it was never in the house. So because we came from Canada, and I just didn't get it.
I wouldn't say Canada is a good example of more these days.
You came from Canada? Your dad comes from Canada?
Yeah, he's a loony toonie.
Yeah.
Dude, well, that makes more sense why your dad
I told you, he was born in Vancouver.
That's right. So, I do have a saying about Canada. You know that Canada is just an extension of Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
I heard that, yeah.
And he's really a Minnesotan.
There you go.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
Don't you know? Yeah.
Oh, sure you betcha.
Anyway,
Yeah, okay.
you have
Hey,
another
this
one
one's
here. You have a really dark one here.
What was 1944?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Transport number 77 departs French Jews to Nazi Germany.
Where? 44. What were you
That's in
looking at?
1944.
What? Oh. No,
Dude,
that's not
you're talking about the 1944.
the highlighted one.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, they both coincide. So, in 1944, the last deportation train to Mechlin departs to Auschwitz.
Yeah.
Mechlin. Nazi physician Edward Worth. And then also, Transport 77 departs with French Jews to the Nazi Germany. But Auschwitz was in Poland, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so these are two different things.
Yeah, but they're still, World War II.
Yeah, well, it's still like during the Holocaust and everything, and but like the silver lining to that black cloud is that's the last train. So
still chilling.
Horrible.
You see that, and it just chills me every time.
Not
something
good.
like that.
So.
Yeah, it really is. And actually, even after that transport, same day, same year, I guess U.S. troops actually occupied Zanzibar, New Guinea, too. So.
Moving on up into 1945, Pierre Laval, fugitive former leader of Vichy France, surrendered to Allied soldiers in Austria. So he was the leader of Vichy, because remember I was telling you that there was a part of France that Germany did not occupy?
Yeah, that's right.
And they were a puppet state, Vichy France. So there's the leader. So it's not that guy with the crazy hat, but he was like...
Crazy hat.
Yeah.
Crazy hat, man.
Yep. I'm a crazy hat, man.
You are.
I am.
I forgot to put your tinfoil hat on, too.
There you go. 1959, Cliff Richard and the Shadows have their first British #1 single with Living Doll, the biggest British single of 1959. Interesting. And then 1960, Elijah Muhammad, leader of the Nation of Islam, called for a black state. Black state.
I remember that.
What does that mean? Like, just all black people? Or?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
Carve
good.
out a state for black people.
That's segregation.
That is segregation, indeed. What did he do with my alligator hat?
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, and I'm wearing a hat. So.
All right. Your turn.
My turn. So you went up to 1978? Or no, 59?
I did 60, Elijah Muhammad. So yours is 1966.
1966, okay. Hey, actually, I might hit 1961 because I just find this interesting.
Do it.
In 1961, today, Israel welcomes its 1 millionth immigrant.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Did they get a prize? Oh wait, no, it's Israel. They probably took
what
something.
the population of Israel is today.
And in 1966, this is a music history. Alabama's Beatles products due to John Lennon's anti-Jesus remark. So people in Alabama burned Beatles records and memorabilia because of his anti-Jesus remark, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, remember they said that they were bigger, or what was it, John Lennon?
Yeah, they were bigger than Jesus or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So that's probably what the remark they're talking about. Dad here had a question. What's the current population of Israel? And it's expected to, by the end of this year, to reach 9.61 million.
Okay.
So,
yeah. It's a small country with 9.61 million people.
Yeah.
Not many.
Well, did you know that the smallest country in the world has the highest crime rate per capita?
What, Luxembourg?
No, Vatican.
Vatican?
The Vatican City is considered a sovereign state, and because of all the tourism and pickpockets, it has the highest crime rate in per capita. Because there's not a lot of population there. If you're there, you're like a cardinal, or you're part of the whole system. You're not just a citizen.
All the time.
So because of the small population and the high crime rate, they're the highest crime rated country in the whole world per capita.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. And then I have one more, I think, right?
Yep.
Hang on. So, is that Keith Richards right there? Oh, shit.
Is it? Yes, it is.
Yep. 1 year later, in 1967, Rolling Stone, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, and 1 month jail sentence. What were they in jail for? Do you think possession of some sort?
Let's see here. Mick Jagger, Keith Richards.
No, not possession.
Not drugs.
No,
Never.
Let's see here.
Probably marijuana.
The Rolling Stones Redlands bust. Yeah, they were arrested at Richard's home, so it has to be for something drug related. So
now I remember something about that, being arrested at their home or something. They raided it or something.
Yeah,
I vaguely remember that now.
Yeah, it's a drug bust.
That triggered it at his home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was almost like a setup.
Was it we were talking about earlier with like Paul McCartney and his wife out in Japan with their marijuana bust?
Yeah, no,
coming out of the mail back at like the news in January.
Yeah, Paul McCartney got hit twice. The second time with his wife. It's like, bro, don't you learn? You know, like there's a time and a place.
Same day, different years.
Yeah, that's right. That's
really?
right. Yeah, no,
same day.
Same day, 4 years apart or something like that.
Sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the same day, different year.
Yeah, it was. That was nuts.
One was in Japan. I think the other one was out here in the United States or something.
No, it was somewhere else. Like.
Oh, it was some other country.
Papua New Guinea or somewhere. Yeah. Well, Japan is very strict about drugs.
Oh yeah. You can drop mushrooms. They're fine with that. The moment you're possessing marijuana, it's game over.
Yeah.
Good with mushrooms.
Game over, man. Game over.
1970, Black Tot Day, the last day of the officially sanctioned rum ration in the Royal Navy, which started in 1740. So 1740 to 1970.
So the rum rationing was probably a product of pirates?
No, it's well, you know the term mind your P's and Q's, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know where that comes from?
Pints and quarts.
Pints and quarts.
Yeah, that's what they told sailors when they were on shore leave. Mind your P's and Q's, mind your parts and quarts. Don't get drunk, don't get syphilis, like because they need people ship shape. They don't. Yeah. Anyway, I believe that was my 3.
All right. Well, hang on. Let me just see here. Oh, Chet Huntley, huh? Actually, 1971. Right. We got one here. We go in 1971. Apollo 15 astronauts take a 6.5-hour electric car ride on the moon.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely.
That is worthy of note.
Now that makes
glad it was electric. They didn't have gas up there. We don't want gas powered up there on the moon.
Well, see, here's the thing. Would gas even work? Because there's no, there's no oxygen. It can't combust.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't even have thought of that.
Yeah. I mean, the rockets had their own oxygen, so they supplied their own combustion.
Yeah.
But as far as the rover, plus a gas engine is a lot heavier.
Well, I was being facetious. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking into it scientifically.
What a term, facetious.
Facetious.
Also, I have another one. This one isn't highlighted. In 1972, we have the Cloudy bombing. 9 civilians were killed when 3 car bombs exploded in County Londonderry in North Ireland. No group has since claimed the responsibility.
Dang. So just a random bombing.
Yep.
Uno mas.
Hang on. Okay, well, this is actually going to keep in coincide, but this is same day, same year, in 1972 as well. Operation Motorman took place. It's the British Army used 12,000 soldiers supported by tanks and bulldozers to retake the no-go areas controlled by the Provisional Irish Republic Army.
12,000 soldiers? That's a military maneuver right there.
Yeah, that's why I thought, oh shit, man, I missed 1973. Damn it.
Which one? I'll read it.
The Delta Airlines.
1973, Delta Airlines DC-9 crashed in fog at Logan Airport in Boston, killing all but one of the 89 on board. The lone survivor died 5 months later. What the heck? That's some
So nobody survived.
But that's some Final Destination bullshit. What happened? He was supposed to die and death got up to him 5 months later,
Probably died from an infection because he probably had severe burns. If you have really, really bad burns over most of your body, you're super prone to infection, and a lot of people will die not because of the burns themselves, but the
because of the
infections that
infection.
come after.
I mean, like that was the number. That's the number one cause of. That's the number one cause of combat deaths in the military and stuff is infection. You know, back in the Civil War, you know, like you get a wound, you have to amputate. Well, now your stump gets infected. Back in the World Wars, trench foot, infections. Like swish your socks out 5 times a day.
I've actually had a light version of trench foot because I used to work in a car wash where I detailed, but I'd have to like go through the car wash area and like wash the car, and just all that water would soak into my shoes, and then like my feet would get waterlogged, and I'd almost like get like the beginnings of trench foot, so I had to go see a doctor.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, oh, you're lucky you came in when you did. I'm like, no shit, I am lucky. I know what trench foot is. I'm not an idiot.
Yep. Moving on up into 1978, Cincinnati infielder Pete Rose singled off Phil Niekero to extend his hitting streak to 44 games as Reds edged Atlanta Braves 3-2, ties Willie Keeler's 81-year-old National League record. So dang.
Yeah. Fucking Pete Rose, man. Is he still forever banned from going to any baseball game?
I'm not sure.
I heard they might have
it's still
lifted
a
it
part of the
finally.
ban. The band's still intact because he can't go into the Hall of Fame and things like that. So I'm sure that part of it's still intact also.
He now can go to a major league game now.
But
I remember he was banned even from going to any major league game.
So is he banned for even just like going to a game?
I don't know.
He was.
But I don't know if it's still there.
Well, no.
I think I might have
He
lifted
was.
it.
Yeah, he was at one time. He couldn't even attend.
Okay.
Yeah, at one time he couldn't. Actually, but though, I think I remember seeing Pete Rose go. I think he was at WrestleMania one year.
Still banned from baseball for betting, Pete Rose starts gambling podcast. Gambling podcast? Are you kidding me?
Oh my.
Wow, he didn't even learn. Wow, what an idiot. What an idiot. Wow.
Yep. Yeah. No wonder. Yeah.
So I think it's suffice to say he's still banned from everything. So at least baseball related.
As he should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1983, Brooks Robinson, Juan Martial, George Kill, and Walter Alston were inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Okay.
Oh damn.
And then also in 1983, during the U.S. Open Women's Golf at Cedar Ridge Country Club, Australian Jan Stevenson won her third major title, defeating Joanne Cardner and Patty Sheehan by 1 stroke. Dang.
He's like stroke.
Stroke.
Oh my god. I'm going for my birthday years.
Ah.
Just because. Well, actually, 2 of them I am. So, in 1984, Lisa Gibbons' first appearance on Entertainment Tonight happened today.
Who's Lisa Gibbon?
Do you remember she used to have that stupid, like, Sally, Jesse, Raphael, those old talk shows, and, like,
I don't know who Sally,
like
Jesse, Raphael is.
Like Jerry Springer, that kind of crap.
Oh, yeah.
Lisa, she used to be on Entertainment Tonight, but then she had her own, like, talk show for a little while, too.
So, basically, like, trash TV before reality was invented.
Before The View?
Yeah, before The View. Well, The View is just a bunch of, like, hens clucking at each other.
Joe Behar got fired this last week, apparently.
Huh.
But, why don't they just fire them all and just cancel the show?
Yeah. Why don't we have a Jabberwocky layer today? Because I want to talk about The View.
Yeah, I am totally down for that. Anyways, we're going to go to 1984 again.
All right.
Today, in 1984, we have Ven's commandos terminate hijacking of an aircraft, and two were killed.
Oh, dang. So
I'm thinking Venezuelan commandos or something. So.
Ven's commandos. So Venezuelans?
Is that what that means?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think it's just abbreviated, Ven's.
Ven's
commandos. So it's got to be
Ven's commandos. 1984.
There's a lot of shit going on in the 80s down there with guerrilla warfare in South America, so...
July 31st. It's just taking me back to where I started from. It's not telling me anything about Ven's commandos. So...
That internet theory, man.
Abbreviation.
Yeah.
It's gotta be something, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it makes me wonder, the 2 who were killed, was it 2 Ven's commandos, or 2 bad guys, or 1 and 1, or like who was killed?
Hostages on an aircraft.
Where was it? Was it in Venezuela?
Yeah.
I have to, that's what I'm assuming.
You know what,
We'll
let me
look
just-
into it.
Vans,
We'll
it
bring it
would
up in
be
the
Vans.
Jabberwocky later.
Commandos kill hijackers and freeing jet. Okay, well, I have something here.
It's Venezuelan. Yeah, it was Venezuelan.
Venezuelan?
There we go.
Yeah, it said it. Yeah.
Where?
When you went back, it said it in the
Caraco.
thing. Just go back. Go back.
Okay,
Just
hold on a
like
second.
scroll back.
It told me the city. Well, so where's Caraco?
Venezuela. Yeah.
City.
Somewhere around in the South America. I think it's Australia.
Capital. Caraco. Hold on. Caraco is a country.
Sorry. Big
Flag.
truck just go by.
Well, it's north of Venezuela, Kingdom of the Netherlands. Capital. Official languages.
This is by Trinidad. It's like an island off like by Trinidad.
It's just north of the western part of Venezuela. It's an island.
So it's an island off the coast then.
So it might be Venezuela, you know?
Okay.
Oh no, Curaçao. That's just actually I think. I'm actually okay. I think I know what that is. Anyway, in fact, I know what that is. It's
Anyway,
by Trinidad.
1985, Indian writer R.K. Narayan published his short story collection Under the Banyan Tree and Other Stories. Alright.
Damn.
1987, my birth year, Baltimore first baseman Eddie Murray hit his 299th and 300th career home runs to lead Orioles to an 8-4 win over the Texas Rangers.
Woohoo.
Actually, I thought you might have liked 1986 one right there. If you look up at 1986.
I don't read the non-highlighted ones because I can't. 1986, the 19th San Diego Comic-Con International opened at the Hotel San Diego.
Ah, there you
Oh.
go. That's a
Yeah,
biggie.
see?
That's something Muffin would be more inclined to reading though.
Nothing.
He went to I think it was Anime Expo like a month or so ago. It was out here in LA. Yeah, he went to like Anime Expo or something over the weekend.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I got one for 1987 here.
Where?
Right after Eddie Murray. Yeah, okay.
The battle?
Yeah.
And also in 1987, the battle between Iranian pilgrims and Saudi Arabian troops occurred, causing the deaths of 402. Huh.
Where was the battle?
Somewhere in between Iran and Saudi Arabia, I'd assume.
Imagine. Probably Iran. More than
That
likely.
if it would have been on Saudi property.
Huh.
I don't know. That's
Saudi property.
Saudi property. Well, let me look this up here. 97. Mecca incident.
They owe it, darling. I'll tell you. They own that big time.
1988.
The 1987 Mecca incident was a clash between Shia pilgrim demonstrators and the Saudi Arabian security forces during the Hajj pilgrimage. It occurred in Mecca on July 31st
that's
in 1987 and led to the deaths of over 400 people. This event has been variously described as a riot or a massacre.
I remember that now.
Oh.
In Mecca, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a kid, so I don't remember this, but actually in 1988, we have 32 people are killed and over 1,600 people injured when a bridge at the Sultan Abdul Halim ferry terminal collapsed in Butterworth, Malaysia.
Huh. I wonder if that's where the syrup comes from.
When I think Malaysian cities, I do not think Butterworth would be one of their towns. Or
Doesn't come to
cities.
mind. You're
Butterworth.
right.
But see, as I said, like, is that where?
I'm thinking syrup.
Yeah, is that where Miss Butterworth, comes from?
Maybe.
Huh.
I don't know. But Butterworth, Malaysia. I guess didn't the British have a colonization out there too? So that
In
might make
Malaysia,
sense.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of those areas were under different
We
European
got a
control.
historic event, guys, in 1988. As well, the same day that people died and injured. Last Playboy Club closes in Lansing, Michigan.
Ah, what a shame, huh? Yeah.
What
That's on the
a
same
shame.
level.
Yeah.
Oh, and then 1988, we have Oakland. It's a baseball record.
What
Oakland.
stage?
I don't know what DH stands for. Jose.
Designated hitter.
Designated hitter.
Oh yeah, designated hitter. That's right. I know who Jose Canseco is. Smacks 2 home runs off Scott Bankhead in A's 6-2 win over Seattle Mariners. Becomes the first Major League Baseball player to hit 30 home runs in first 3 years.
Dang.
Yeah, Jose Canseco was no joke, dude.
Yeah.
But you did 1983, so.
1988, Pittsburgh Pirates first baseman / left fielder and 7-time All-Star Willie Stargell became the 200th man inducted into the Baseball's Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Damn.
He was a great one.
I want that hat. That's a cool hat.
That was their baseball hat.
Oh.
I don't know if they had a retro year or whatever, or retro uniform or something, but yeah, they wore those.
They did have
sometimes.
a retro thing at one point. Yeah. I remember. 1990, Texas Rangers pitcher Nolan Ryan records his 300th career victory, an 11-3 win over the Milwaukee Brewers. He was the 20th MLB pitcher to reach this milestone. Interesting.
The one right after that, you should look right the one after. It's not highlighted, but that's if you don't want to use it. It's cool.
Also in 1991, Russia and the U.S. signed the Long Range Nuclear Weapons Reduction Act. Good.
Yeah,
didn't hold
I don't think they've been. I don't think either United States and Russia are.
I'm pretty sure Agent Orange went against the Geneva Convention. So.
Well, I'm pretty sure that both Russia and America are just silently still making nuclear weapons, even though they're supposed to be reducing them. So this is just I think it's just a political optics thing.
I mean,
make a good show.
This is why all these nations are trying to get rid of nuclear power, because with all the nuclear power, that's making more nuclear waste and filling up space that obsolete nuclear weapons would otherwise use. They're running out of dumping sites. They're trying to get rid of one industry to dominate over another. So.
Dude, actually, here for you. I gotta take this one. In 1991, the Senate votes to allow women to fly combat airplanes.
Yeah. Okay, so once again, we're behind the Soviets. Because the Soviets allowed women to fly combat air rolls during World War II. So.
Well, you want to know why? It's because they realize that women can handle the G-forces, and we have better eyesight in certain ways.
Yeah,
we have better.
Is that really true?
Than us.
Maybe
you can handle the G-force.
Yeah, the reason why is I think it's because we have to be able to bear children. Your body has to be set up a certain way to endure pain and pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So our bodies are built better for it.
As long as you don't have, huge gazonga bungados, because if you have those, the G-forces, you have that much weight pushing against you. So,
you got to be right, because if men had to have kids, we wouldn't have a population explosion.
Yeah.
Well, if you were able to successfully transplant a uterus into a man's body, the moment they gave birth, their hips would shatter from the birth giving because their hips don't spread out.
Yeah.
Give it.
That would be
so
true.
you'd have. Hope you like your hip replacements, guys.
Yeah. I guess you can say your hips don't lie. Shakira.
Yeah. Also in '91, same day, the Medininkai massacre in Lithuania. Soviet OMNI attacks Lithuanian customs post in Medininkai, killing 7 officers and severely wounding 1 other.
Whew. That's not good.
Yeah, Medininkai. Medininkai in Lithuania.
That's a word that you can't say fast.
Well, we should have someone in here to try and say it.
We should have Muffin in here trying to say it.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, we got in 1992 we have a Thai Airbus that crashed into a mountain at Kathmandu and 113 died.
Jeez.
Yep. So now it's your turn. You got sports history, buddy.
1993, Toronto Blue Jays obtained future Baseball Hall of Fame offensive fielder or OF. Outfielder.
Yeah, outfielder, yeah.
Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson from Oakland in exchange for minor leaguers Steve Carsey and Jose Herrera.
Yeah.
Why is this a note in history?
I don't know.
Crazy.
Well, actually, what's more worthy of note is the one right above it. It's not highlighted about the Allman Brothers. 1993
as well, the Allman Brothers band guitarist Dickie Betts was arrested for shoving 2 cops. Okay.
Really? Yeah. In today's world, they'd be laughing at that.
In today's world, they'd be shooting at him.
Yeah.
So, as soon as you raise your hands, the bullets start going, And then moving on up into 1994, Baseball Hall of Fame inducted New York Yankees shortstop Phil Rizzuto and Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Steve Carlton. It's good old hat and a poof again.
Hat and a poof.
But see, he has a hat and he has a poof,
Yeah, he's got a hat hair thing going.
Yeah. Your turn.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, we were in '92. Let's see here. Actually, I see in 1994 we have UN votes 12-0, two abstentions. So nobody to authorize the use of force against Haiti.
Huh.
1995, Walt Disney announces the acquisition of capital cities, also known as, hang on, sorry about the car there, ABC, for $19 billion. A network of properties now consists of Disney, ABC Sports, ESPN, and ESPN2. So, well, and actually plus many more, because doesn't Disney also, no, that's Time Warner that owns Fox.
No, Disney owns a portion of Fox.
I don't think so.
Okay, so is it like a dual wielding, Ted Turner and Disney like co-owners?
I think Disney owns Time Warner.
All right. Okay, and then let's see here. Oh, here we go. 1999 Discovery Program.
You missed 7. You missed 7. You missed 7.
I missed 97. Oh, college. Are you talking about the
highlighted one that we're supposed to read?
Oh, okay. 1997, A's first baseman Mark McGwire becomes Major League Baseball's top home run hitter to be traded in the middle of the season when he moves from Oakland to the from Oakland to the St. Louis Cardinals. 34 home runs and 81 RBI.
RBI?
I can't remember.
Runs batted in.
Oh, okay. Well, only for all his records to be revoked after they found out he was poisoning.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you want to do 99 because it's a spacey one.
Moving on up into 1999, during the Discovery program, lunar prospector NASA, also known as Never a Straight Answer, intentionally crashed the spacecraft into the moon, thus ending its mission to detect frozen water on the moon's surface. Well, that's weird. So are they trying not to...
I wonder why.
Yeah. It sounds like they found something and they're trying to cover something up. So...
You think?
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on up into 2006, Fidel Castro temporarily handed over power to his brother Raul Castro. This led to a celebration in Little Havana, or La Pequeña Habana in Spanish, Miami, Florida, where many Cuban U.S. citizens participated.
Damn.
Yeah. And then 2012, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band performed their longest show ever at Olympia Stadium in Helsinki, Finland, clocking in at 4 hours and 6 minutes.
Ooh.
Hey.
Damn.
That's a long time to be
That would
playing
have been
music.
a good show, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nothing compared to the David Icke thing, though. He had a 9-hour talk.
Yeah.
So.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, in 2012, we have Germany wins the London Olympic equestrian eventing final. Daughter of Princess Anne, Zara Phillips, part of GB silver medal winning team.
Nice.
All right. We also have an Olympic gold because Michael Phelps. Sorry, truck just an RV just drove by. Ooh, Mr. Pothead Michael Phelps becomes the greatest medal winner in Olympic history as part of the winning American 4 times 200-meter freestyle relay team in London. Phelps' 19th career Olympic gold medal and 15th overall gold, but 19th medal.
Yeah, so...
And then he was hold him away because one time he got caught smoking pot.
Yeah.
A 4x200 means there's 4 teammates. They're swimming 200 meters.
So like a relay.
Relay. It's like a relay.
I've done a
It is a relay.
Oh, I did a 200. No, actually, you'll do a 200.
Yeah.
And there'll be one person doing it. I used to be on a swim team, and I had to do a 200 once.
Wow,
and it was
really?
8 laps.
That's
Yeah, it was
impressive.
8 laps.
That's impressive.
No, I couldn't even when I pulled myself out of the water, I collapsed. My legs were jello.
Moving on up to 2015, it was announced that creative director Alexander Wang will leave Balenciaga. Who cares?
I don't even know.
Fashion designer? Who cares? Who cares?
Fuck the fashion.
Whatever.
Ooh, oh, Jesus Christ.
2016, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, a play by Jack Thorne and contributions by J.K. Rowling, was published worldwide at midnight.
Yeah.
Huh. The Witching Hour. Hey.
The Witching Hour.
The Witching Hour. Witchers and Wizards and Warlocks. Hey, look at that. And in 2018, actor Alan Alda revealed he had had Parkinson's disease for 3 years in an interview in CBS's This Morning.
who that guy was. Didn't he do I think he was in the movie Cast from Outer Space, maybe, or I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Very.
But let's pick this up.
Yep. In 2018, we have Rihanna, being the first black woman to appear on the cover of British Vogue September issue.
All right.
Or whatever.
I thought Rihanna was Mexican or Hispanic or something.
No, she's from one of those fucking countries right over by Spain.
Ah, okay.
Right. In 2019, American officials announced Osama bin Laden's son, Hamza bin Laden, and potential successor has been killed in U.S. airstrikes in Pakistan.
Good.
Yeah. All right. And and also in 2019, we have Russian President Vladimir Putin orders Russian army to help put out huge wildfires in Siberia, covering 3 million hectares, which is 7.4 million acres, after 700,000 people signed petition.
Sorry to interrupt. It's hectares. Hectares, right?
Hectares is just a different measurement. It's kind of more like in the, what is it? It's like in like the metric system.
Yeah.
As to us, we have acres, they have hectares.
Okay. No, well, hectares.
Like, meters to yards kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it's hectares because acres is in there. It's hectares. So whatever hect is, it's like 4 times an acre. There's like octagon, pentagon, septagon, stuff like that. Yeah. So whatever hect is,
sounds like a hectagon.
Yeah, well,
portion of it, at least that portion of the word.
So it's like 6 times an acre or something. Actually,
here, 2020. Here's something for California for you, dude. While you're looking that up, I'm just gonna read it real quick. In 2020, Apple wildfire starts near Beaumont, California, forcing the evacuation of nearly 8,000 people over the next few days.
Dang.
Where was it again?
Beaumont, California.
Beaumont, yeah, California.
Beaumont, I'm sorry. Well, I say Beau because of B-A-U.
Yeah.
Beaumont.
Yeah.
Beaumont, California.
A hectare is a metric unit of square measure equal to 100 acres.
100 acres?
Yeah, so 1 hectare is 100 acres.
Whoa.
Yeah. So.
Jesus Christ. This fucking woman's a boss right here.
Yep. In 2021, just last year, U.S. swimming superstar Katie Ledecky won the women's 800-meter gold for an unprecedented 3rd consecutive Olympics in Tokyo. Claims distance 800/1500-meter double.
Now, my question is, because of how the Olympics have been the last time, was she a biological female?
Well, I don't want to say anything, but she doesn't look it. So.
No, she looks, I don't know.
Rather mannish.
Yeah.
So.
But a lot of swimmers do have like broad shoulders because I don't have broader shoulders.
Well, I mean, you swim, you're eventually your bones and muscles stretch. You do things that your body's used to, and you do like a short evolvement into that, thing.
Swimmers have very long muscles.
Yes.
Yeah, I did swim team for a few years back in the day, and so I mean it's a very high demanding thing, but
and
like,
you get broad shoulders, yeah.
So here's the thing, like I've swam against a guy who's my size, my weight roughly, and he still beat me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because it was mainly because he has a stronger frame. His body is built to do it. That's why I don't believe in like this thing, but we can talk about that jabber.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're approaching an hour here, so I'm gonna like end the recording and start a new recording. I'm not ending the stream. I want to make sure everything's uploadable. So like over an hour, I know it's not uploadable.
Yeah. Well, basically, right now, what I do know is that this is basically the last thing for history. Now we're on to birthdays and deaths.
Before that, though, stopping recording. Starting recording. Before we get into births and deaths, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most?
Actually, the injuries of Pete Rose, for one, like not learning his lesson.
Yeah, isn't that something? That's something.
Yeah. What was that one person like that? Oh no, it was that one racial thing that. The crazy racial remark thing.
Oh yeah, like beating black people with
the baseball player.
Yeah,
that one flabbergasted me.
Yeah, 1938, right?
Yeah, I think something like that. Yeah.
Well, one I find interesting is here in 1777, at the age of 19, this guy, was made Major General of Continental Army, Marquis de Lafayette. But he helped train our troops, and he was pivotal in our victory, versus the British.
He was pivotal he was pivotal in the victory of our independence.
Because he brought over the all these centuries of military knowledge and everything that both the French and the Britons in most of Europe have been going through. He brought that drill over to us because we were a new nation. We were just a ragtag, troop. We had no military discipline. We had no concept of that. So he brought that over, So one would say the basis of our very military might is French. So
the French came and helped us when we needed them.
Yeah,
because they really hated the English.
They came and helped us when it was becoming obvious that we were actually more than just some pitiful revolts. They didn't want to come and help us, for fear that the UK, which is right across the English Channel right there, would come and invade them in revolts.
It all becomes
they can have an ally in it.
But for quite some time, the Americans really were what we treat the Middle East as modern day. It's all proxy wars. We were a proxy war nation for a while. So
yeah, we are. The fact that you said, I also found interesting is that you guys were saying earlier is that in total, since we've been established, we've had maybe 12 years of peace.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it was kind of personal when we the one on Saudi and Iran going at each other, and we figured out it was from Mecca. I just visually saw that whole thing in the news again when it hit chaos, when they were all circling the
stone, the big square
whatever
thing.
it is, and 400 died. That just became really personal because I remember that was a whole flashback.
Yeah.
I actually remember watching on TV when I was in middle school or elementary school of Bosnia. The whole Bosnia conflict, that hits home for me and what went on there.
The first night surgery, that's also interesting.
Oh, that was too.
Yeah.
You're right. First nighttime surgery in an emergency. Mm-hmm. Did it say if it was the surgery successful or not?
It doesn't say that, but Anyway, let's move on into bursts now. Starting in 1396, we have Philip the Good. He was a Duke of Burgundy from 1419 through 1467. He was born in Dijon, Burgundy, dying in 1467. I wonder if that's where the mustard comes from.
Come on, the Jacquois. You don't forget, we've been forgetting to say Jacquois today with the French.
You've been forgetting.
Yeah.
Jacquois is your word.
Yeah, well, you also say it too, so
yeah. In 1527, Maximilian II was a Holy Roman Emperor from 1564 through 76. Born in Vienna, Archduchy of Austria, Holy Roman Empire, dying in 1576.
You said douchey.
Douchey. Archduchy. Not just any douche, my arch douche, like an arch nemesis.
Dude, that's what I'm gonna start saying instead of arch nemesis, my arch douche.
Yeah. Anyway, you have 1803 here.
1803, John Ericsson, a Swedish-American inventor. The screw propeller rotating turret, born in Långaban, Sweden.
Ah. So yeah, basically the propeller that's a screw shape,
Yeah.
And the rotating turret, so which was a major technological advancement.
Oh, huge. Yeah.
Game changer in the industries.
Yes.
For years to come.
Yep. You have another one.
Swedes, man, I tell you.
You have another one here, 1912.
1912, yeah. God, wow, that was a long story.
Yeah, I know.
You got Milton Friedman. A 1912 American economist, Nobel Prize Economics in 1976, born in Brooklyn, New York, and he died in 2006.
Yeah, 2006.
So, American's economist.
Economist.
Yeah, Milton Friedman.
Thank you. I just try to purposely say the word wrong now because of Janet Yellen.
Yeah. 1932, Ted Cassidy was born on this date. He was a U.S. actor. He was Lurch. Oh, Lurch. The Addams Family. Lurch. Hey. You rang. You gargled.
Did you know that they have 3 episodes to watch of the Addams Family on YouTube?
Born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, dying in 1979. Hey, that's your neck of the woods.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did he die?
Well, no, I don't know where he died, but he was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Well, you know, it is my neck of the woods.
Oh, he died.
That is Lurch, I'll tell you, right there.
Yeah, it's a drive west of here.
Yeah.
Where's my leg?
He was 46 when he died, complications following open heart surgery.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see
He
here.
also, like, he was a really tall guy, and you know, like, think Andre the Giant, he had the same thing, and he had cardiovascular issues and knee issues.
Yeah. He died out here in California, Los Angeles, in St. Vincent Medical Center.
Right. Keep doing a couple of birthdays. I gotta go.
Okay. Moving on up into 1951, we have Yvonne Goolagong Kawe. Goolagong, what a name.
Yvonne Goolagong, yeah.
An Australian tennis player, 7 Grand Slam singles titles, born in Barrellian, New South Wales.
Had to have tennis.
Yeah. Then we have Michael Biehn in 1956. He is a U.S. actor, Rampage, Hog Wild, Aliens, and Abyss. Born in Anniston, Alabama.
Alabama.
What?
Yeah.
He played what? Rampage? Like
he
the
was
movie?
he was in Rampage, Hog Wild, Aliens, and Abyss. I wonder if that's the Abyss. Yeah.
Did this with Ed Harris?
I don't know. Michael Biehn.
He does look familiar.
Yeah. He does. He kind of looks like Bill Burr a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
So are we in deaths or are we in birthdays?
Burst, 1963.
1960 to here. What was?
It's a contradictive name
I
here.
was just going to say, what's up with this? Fat Boy Slim.
I know what's going on here. When I set my phone down, it pushed it over to something else. Hang on. Bastards.
Well, while you're searching for it, actually, I gotta restart the music. We have Fatboy Slim in 1963. Actual name is Norman Cook. He is a British musician and record producer. House Martins, Fatboy Slim, born in Bromley, London, England. That's not really a good picture of him. So
my favorite music video of his is where you have Chris dancing. Because you know that Christopher Walken, he was classically trained as a dancer before he became an actor.
So wait, so if he dances, does that mean he goes from Christopher Walken to Christopher Danson?
Yep, pretty much.
You have an interesting one here.
Hang on, for fuck's sakes. The one that goes back and forth about, like, what is a woman here? J.K. Rowling was born today in 1965, you know, the Harry Potter bitch who can't, like, just, who sometimes, like, says women are women, and then, like, she panders to the other side.
Dumbledore's gay! Ooh, like it has an impact on the story.
She's a double standard. Rules for me, not for thee.
Yep.
Alright, so we're in 65, and I'm almost there.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling was an English writer, Harry Potter novels. Born in Yates, Gloucestershire. So...
Yeah, I'm just seeing here. Okay, so we're in 65. I'm just looking at
1989.
Sometimes I might find gold somewhere in the middle here. I got one. It's hockey. In 1970 today, David Snocko, an NHL left wing, he was in the Olympics in '94 for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Was born in Malden, Massachusetts today.
He was a quacker.
Yeah, he was a quack.
Yep.
You know what I really hated about that is that they based the Mighty Ducks in Minnesota, and during the time we didn't have a hockey team anymore. Oh. And you know what? They could have established the Mighty Ducks in Minnesota, where we were lacking a team, where the team originated in the movie. But no, where did they put it? Fucking California.
Because it's a Disney property.
So you were without a hockey team for a while?
Yeah, for 9 years we didn't have. Because remember the North Stars, they transferred down to Dallas. They were traded to Dallas.
I didn't realize you didn't have anybody to replace them.
Huh.
No, we didn't.
Minnesota's got to have a hockey team.
I know, right?
Come on, I mean, if it comes anywhere,
Minnesota didn't have a hockey team.
But did you know that the Mighty
in Dallas? Okay.
Did you know that the Anaheim Ducks as an entity was created by Disney?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
that's why they're called the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Disney
they made the movie first, and then they made a team around the movie.
Yep.
So.
All right, and then '89 we have Victoria Azarenka. She's a Belarusian tennis player. Australian Open 2012-13, and she was born in Minsk, Belarus.
Nice.
Yeah.
moving on into deaths. Who died on this day?
Every time.
Why don't you do the first 2 deaths here?
You got Ariola or Ariola?
Ariola? Ariola? Aurelia.
Cleopatra in 54 BC was born mother of Julius Caesar, and she died at 66 years old.
Huh.
Whoa.
Wow.
Didn't know her
the
name
mother
was
of Julius
Ariola.
Caesar died today. And then in we're going to move from the BCs to 1784.
That's a hell of a time jump right there.
We got Denis Diderot. He is a French writer and philosopher, and he died at 70 years old. Hey, Lewis, a philosopher died today.
Uh-oh. Dude, Diderot. That sounds like an insult. Oh, you Diderot.
Diderot.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Diderot.
Yeah. We have Andrew Johnson died on this date in 1875. He was the 17th U.S. president, a Unionist from 1865 to 69. Died of a stroke at 66.
Dude, that was the same age that Julius Caesar's mom died.
Huh. Interesting.
I think so. Yeah, let me scroll up. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was.
She died at 66 too.
So that's interesting.
666.
1886, Franz Liszt was a Hungarian romantic composer and virtuoso pianist. Faust Symphony, died of heart disease at 74.
He was a pianist.
Yeah.
I love my piano players.
Yep.
Look at that face.
Look at that hair. Like, he looks like
No, look at that face and the hair. He was like no nonsense.
he looks
All
like
right,
a teacher or something.
He's a
We're going to move up to 1937 today, and we have Charles E. Hires. He was an American pharmacist, inventor, and manufacturer of the Hires root beer beverage, and he died at 85.
Huh. I have some
I've
root
never
beer.
had Hires root beer.
No, you never had Hires root beer?
Where's Hires root beer? Like, where's that originate?
I think
Is that a West Coast thing?
I don't know.
That's real common out here.
I bet
I've
you it's
never
an
heard of
East Coast
Hires.
thing.
You've never heard of Hires?
Yeah, they have a thing about root beer out in the East Coast. Like, there's a, what is that fucking called? Birch beer, they call it. It's like a weird, it's a sweeter version of root beer.
Huh.
But it's called birch beer.
I've heard of it.
I haven't heard of it.
It's weird.
I've heard of,
I like it.
birch beer, but I haven't heard of Hires.
Well, Hires is
No, I haven't either.
Oh. Yeah. Strange.
And let's see here. We're gonna move up. I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna go with an 84 here. In 1984, Paul Leflemme, French composer and music critic, he died at 103 years old.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's pretty
he
up
died
there.
the year I was born today.
Aw.
How about that?
No. Yeah.
Moving on up into nothing.
Just look somewhere in there and see if you find something that. Oh, dude, we got in 1996. We have Michael Jinks. He was a child care pioneer. He died at 59 years old.
Huh.
Paul
Who's a
Crawford,
childcare
American
pioneer?
Dixieland jazz
Pioneer childcare.
musician. Yeah, but at the same day, Paul Crawford, who was a American Dixieland jazz musician, arranger, Olympic brass band, and music historian, Tulane University. He died of lung cancer at 71.
Huh.
Oh shit! Oh my god, the pitch woman!
When
I
did he die?
remember, like, the life alert. I've fallen and I can't get up. Yeah, her name was Edith Fuller. The pitch woman,
I'm laughing
like,
because you're laughing.
she died at 81 years old. Apparently, life alert didn't help her.
Alice doesn't even know what's going on.
She's still rolling.
What?
She doesn't stop for anything.
No, I
She
told
just
you.
keeps going.
Why do you think I'm always bitching about her?
God, I couldn't
Hey, I
help
love
it.
you. What can I tell you?
Alice,
You're great.
Alice, you totally miss it. So you said, what was it? Holy shit?
Oh shit.
Yeah. You said, oh shit, and Dad's like, oh, when did he die? And then you're just carrying on.
Never stopped.
And
You didn't even come up for air.
No, I just, like, when I saw it, I was like, I locked in, man. I locked in. It was the fucking I phone, I can't get up, woman.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Dad and I are just losing our shit, and you're just going. 2 different shows happening at the same time. Oh my god.
Oh,
Alright, do you want to grab any others before I close this out?
No, I had to end it with I fall and I can't get up, lady. Yeah. I gotta mute myself. My roommate, my next door neighbor, just came by.
Okay. Anyway, that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar in the description for any links that you may find it interesting, including but not limited to everything Omni Coalition. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
Hey, Alice, just keep going.
Yeah.
Great show. I'm Me Cleaver.
And you are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time, which is, 1 o'clock in the afternoon for you, right? Out in the east? Yeah.
Yes, it very much is.
All right. Anyway, until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. And until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.
Cool.
Yep.